What is up, guys? Halfclickup here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Fizzer Friday. Let me ask you a question. The Yamaha FZ6R. If you're watching this video, you probably ride a Fizzer. Let me ask you something. Would you take your Fizzer on the racetrack? Huh. Well, an opportunity may or may not have presented itself. Let's go talk about it. Alright, look, now, before we really get into this, let me just state for the record that nothing has been set in stone yet. However, a little bit of an opportunity has presented itself. I've been talking to a subscriber by the name of Brian Haygood. Brian Haygood and I, well, first let me just back up a little bit here. Brian Haygood is somewhat of an amateur motorcycle racer. Now, when I say amateur motorcycle racer, he would probably argue with that that claim, because he's, you know, I believe he really just goes to track days, which, I don't know, man, if you regularly go to track days, I would almost consider yourself an amateur racer of sorts. Not to say that you enter into competition or anything, but either way. Now, he rides an older generation R6, which, lo and behold, guess what the FZ6R essentially is, right? Also, Brian and I have been emailing and texting back and forth, and he is really trying to get me out to one of these racetracks. There's a couple of them here in Texas that he peruses from time to time. That includes Crescent as well as Harris Hill. Now, as far as this opportunity goes, on my birthday, thereabouts, November 1st, there is an event at Harris Hill, which is out by San Marcos, which I think is roughly an hour south of here. Something like that. And basically Brian is presenting it to me as the perfect opportunity, what with it being my birthday and all, for me to take Evelyn here onto the racetrack. Now, it's not to say that I've never not considered one day bringing this bike to a racetrack, because let's be honest, man, we are all street Rossies in our own ways, shapes, and forms. And it's not the safest thing that you can do in a motorcycle, that is to drop knee on the street. However, it is a lot of freaking fun. So the idea, obviously, is why not try and do it somewhat legal, well, not somewhat legal, literally legal, and in a controlled environment on a surface that is improved and made for such motorcycle type riding. Now, Brian has brought it to my attention that there is a lacking niche on YouTube of riders brand new to track days documenting their experiences, specifically from preparation and the time leading up to the track day, not just including the track day itself. And I get it, I understand what he's saying. There's not very many riders out there who have talked about all the prep involved, right? The expense, the things you got to get, you know, it's beyond just showing up one day. There's preparation that's involved with track days. And I, of course, have a whole lot to learn. It's intimidating to me, no doubt about it. There's an expense involved. There's some ways around some of those expenses, as Brian was explaining to me, as far as tracks providing rental suits or suits that you can borrow, assuming they have your size, and this, that, and the other. Outside of that, things to consider. How about your machine? Is your machine up to the task, right? Evelyn is obviously high mileage. We're about to turn 64,300. She has a leaky left fork. She needs an oil change. She should probably have new tires to hit a racetrack with. I would imagine these Dunlop Q3 Pluses, which are at the end of their lifespan, they have a flat spot. I would imagine I would totally ruin them after a couple of laps, right? Wouldn't you think? Mechanically speaking, the machine is certainly up to the task of a track day. I mean, let's be honest, guys. Every day I get on this bike, I wring its neck. you know. So the bike is certainly accustomed to living its life at the higher RPMs, for sure. And so what are the capabilities of an FZ6R on the track, right? It's got an older R6 engine that's remapped. You guys know all that. It is essentially a sport touring platform, albeit I've kind of transformed that with clip-ons. But you know, with that being said, it wouldn't exactly be an R6 type experience, obviously, guys. I would imagine it would be a little lacking in turn entry due to the standard forks and things like that, but no doubt about it, it would be a blast. I mean, it would be a blasty blast. I firmly believe good times would be had all around. Yeah, okay. Yep. So with all that being said, obviously you want to take care of the certain aspects of the machine that would ensure it's in good enough mechanical form or a condition to be put on the racetrack. I think Evelyn qualifies. I probably should get that fork seal taken care of, no doubt. I understand that. And that's just one of the barricades in the road, if you will, of me actually doing a track day. Now the opportunity is superb, you know. My first track day, that bucket list item checked off on my birthday of all things, you know. I mean, that's got to count for something, right? So real quick though, let's cover some expense topics though. I've got boots, right? I actually wear motorcycle boots when I ride every day, no exception, along with my leather jacket. But you got to have a tracksuit, right? You have to have a one-piece, and they're like $1,000. I mean, you can get like that brand Bison, I know is becoming pretty popular. AGV Sport, matter of fact, makes a track suit, one piece that is you know, it's sub $1,000, and they're all fine, right? There's nothing wrong with going with a lesser caliber brand, so to speak. They all meet the correct safety standards to be operated on a racetrack because they're one-piece tracksuits, right? I mean, I think all in all, if I can get a tracksuit like borrowed for the day, I think it would be a $200 kind of day, which, you know, for something like putting your motorcycle on an actual racetrack for the day is not terrible. I mean, 200 bucks. Hey, look at it this way, man. You'll spend 200 bucks going to COTA to watch MotoGP when you can spend 200 bucks at Harris Hill, for example, and put yourself and your motorcycle on a racetrack. That's one way of looking at it. Ponder that. I mean, other than fixing the leaky fork seal, I think worst case is, you know, throw in a set of tires as well. And am I financially capable of pulling that off before November 1st? Honestly, probably not. I got so much other stuff going on, guys. You know, 4 kids and different things and bills. But that's not to say that I won't sure as hell try. Brian has been after me for quite some time now about this, and it's like I've told him in emails, his efforts are not in vain. I would love to get Evelyn on a racetrack, and I know you learn a whole lot about yourself as a rider on the racetrack. Like, you find out that you're not as fast as you think you are, and you know what? I personally need to be put in my place on that deal. I think I would like to be checked on that. Are you gonna wave? He waved! That dude had no shirt on. All the gear all the time. Boys and girls. All the gear all the time. But yeah, I have been riding this motorcycle in particular, as a matter of fact, for 6 years, going on 7 years now. And I personally would like to know myself better than I do now on just how good I am at riding the Fizzer. Now, with all of that nonsense being said, here's the other question for you guys, and as always, please drop a comment down below. Would you guys really be interested in me doing a track day on Evelyn. Is that something you guys would want to see? Drop a comment down below, let me know. Also, if you've done a track day, let me know. I am certainly interested in your comments on that. And for sure, if you have put your Fizzer on the track, I want to know all about it. Leave a comment, please. How about a little bit of FZ6R acceleration before I tell you guys goodbye? Ready? Never gets old, kids. Never gets old. Well, guys, as always, this has been me, and that has been you. Let me know what you think down in the comments below regarding a track day on the FZ6R. Smash the like button if you don't mind. It certainly helps out in the algorithm. You know the thing. And, hey, if you're new here, welcome aboard. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's been Half Click Up. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace and goodbye.